Good morning, Grandma.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good. You got something new for coffee this morning. What did you get?
And it's got stuff on top.
It's got stuff on top. It is some of that pumpkin foam that I got at the food bank yesterday.
Boy, that's good stuff.
Now, I haven't tried it. Is it delicious?
Yes.
All right. So drink your coffee. I'm going to sit down and drink my coffee, and then I'll get everybody breakfast, okay? This is what Grandma likes to look at in the morning. You can see we put up that fence to keep the chickens off my deck because we have to find happy ground for everybody in the house. And while it's true, while Mama's not happy, nobody's happy, the same is true for Daddy. If Daddy's not happy, nobody's happy. He seems to like this. Grandma can still see her chickens. I don't have to worry about my husband being upset about poop on the deck. And then, back around the corner, there's Grandma. Wave, darling. Can you wave? Can you say ta-ta? Ta-ta. And then we have little Miss Evildoer waiting for me to sit down so she can sit on my lap. But I need to make my coffee. All right. Can you say ta-ta, you pretty girl? She says, hell no. Feed me.
Oh, look at you.
Feed me. Feed me, feed me. All right. I taped it all for you live, and then I lost it. I'm live. I am alive. Okay? I'm not AI. All right. I have done all my morning chores. I am now going to sit down and drink and enjoy my own coffee. And here it is. It's the cow. It's got pumpkin foam on top. It is delicious. And I'm going to taste it for you guys. You ready? Here's to us. Let's have a lovely day. Let's shine. Let's be nice. All right. You guys be nice. I have no intention of being nice today. Here we go. It tastes like a Starbucks fancy coffee, doesn't it, Grandma?
Yeah.
When we lived in New Mexico, I went to Starbucks from time to time. Our circumstances were a little much different there. And, you know, we enjoyed it. We have not been to Starbucks since we moved back here, and that's okay. Starbucks is a luxury, and this tastes like a stinking luxury, you guys. So, nobody's had breakfast yet. My husband's been up for 3 or 4 hours ahead of me. I don't know if he ate anything, so I'll just show you Grandma's breakfast. I don't know if I'll eat breakfast this morning, but I think we're having our instant oatmeal. Yes, we are. I love that stuff. Of all the things I've made, if you guys can make your own, if you like instant oatmeal, don't make it if you don't. If you guys like instant oatmeal, you have got to make that oatmeal. I promise you, it is so good, you will wake up in the morning craving it. All right, I'll be back. All right, breakfast is made. Let me grab 2 spoons. We are trying the cherry and apple oatmeal today. So here's Grandma's bowl. I put a little bit of butter on it. I decided that the oatmeal doesn't need any more brown sugar. I haven't put any brown sugar on our oatmeal since the first day we made it. It just doesn't need it. And here is my bowl. And I'm going to go ahead and taste this one for you because this is the cherry apple. Cherries and oatmeal from the food bank, brown sugar and butter in this bowl, of course, are mine. Brown sugar was already in the mix. And the apples, I'm going to try a bite with apple and cherry, and let's see how it tastes. That's a big bite. You ready? Let's see if this one is as good as the other 4. There is nothing wrong with that. That is delicious. So, Grandma and I are just having oatmeal this morning. It's a little late in the day. It's about 10:30, so oatmeal is enough. When we eat this late, we generally do not eat lunch. Do not worry. We are little old people and we can't eat like we used to in our 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. And in Grandma's case, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I think she only slowed down her eating in her 90s. She could eat. Grandma, could you eat when you were young? Oh, hell yeah, she could eat when she was young. All right, that's what we're having for breakfast. And we will see you soon, okay? Okay. Oh, my God. And for those of you who always comment on my glasses, it took me about 15 minutes this morning to find these. Okay. My husband came home from running some errands, and he is going to eat a big fat fried egg sandwich, and I'm fixing it for him right now. And Grandma is still, can you believe it, a little bit hungry after her oatmeal, so I'm going to fry her an egg while I'm at it. But I wanted you to see what the other member of our family eats for breakfast, okay? That would be the evildoer that is sitting in her box in our living room. She eats chick starter every day. Every sinking day, that's what she eats. Now, last night, Grandma and I ate some risotto, and the little Evie ate a couple bites of risotto, and you love this when I say this. She nearly lost her ever-loving mind. But for the most part, she's just a wee baby, so she eats the chicken starter. Okay, let me get these two fed. My husband and my grandma's just a little bit hungry, so we're going to feed her a little extra. The eggs that I'm going to use for Grandma, I'm not eating anything else. For Grandma and Addie, they're going to be my farm eggs. I'm putting my cheese on my husband's sandwich. Now, we buy this white cheese. We love it, number one, but the real reason that we buy it, and we buy it at Costco, and mostly my husband uses this, because the dye in orange cheese bothers him immensely. He gets like headaches and all kinds of things when he eats orange cheese. So he loves cheese. We buy cheese for him at Costco when we go. Grandma and I can eat any kind of cheese there is, so we'll eat orange cheese when we have it. And when we don't have it, if Addie has white cheese, we'll eat that. And if we have no cheese, we'll eat without it and just be happy for what we're having. All right. Nothing on. Okay. I love to talk to a screen that isn't working. All right. Here is my husband's egg sandwich. He will gobble that up. The roll is from the food bank. The farm eggs are mine, and the cheese is ours. And in this case, the butter is ours as well. And here are 2 slices of cheese toast for Grandma. Now, this is a very, very big breakfast for her. Usually she does not eat this big, but even with the cheese toast, she won't eat the edges because of the crust, but she likes to watch me feed that part to her birds. So she's going to go ahead and enjoy this, and I'm going to sit down and finish watching something ever so gripping on TV. All right, I'll be back. Now, I do have some things that I want to do in my kitchen today, and I'm just going to include it in my Every Bit Counts, not Every Bit Counts challenge, the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. Off the dehydrator, I took about a quart of potatoes. They look beautiful. And later this afternoon, I'm going to put some additional potatoes on the dehydrator, because I find if I do it in the afternoon, and they go the rest of that evening and all night while we're sleeping, they're done, and I can dehydrate something else. I'm probably going to have to go through my food bank groceries and see what needs attention and take care of that today. So we'll go ahead and include that. I don't know, don't hold me to it if we'll include it on this video or if I'll make a separate little video about it. Okay, we'll see. All right, you are going to hear the pressure canner. You might hear the chicken that is in my pocket. I don't know what else you'll hear. Fluffy language. We don't know. If you watch me all the time, you know that last night I did go to the food bank and they had a surplus of food. And one of the things that they had in surplus was butternut squash. And I brought home, can't remember, 6 packages. And those packages, if you didn't watch the video, look like that. They're about 2 pounds a piece. So we gave 2 of them to our friend and we kept 4, and 2 packages I am canning for butternut squash soup through the winter right there. But I do have a package here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to roast it. So my oven is on 375. I'm going to bring you down here because this is so easy. Anybody can do it. Oh. All right, hold on. My pressure canner doesn't like what I did. That pressure canner has been giving me a little bit of grief. It'll show an error, and there's no reason in this world why it should show an error. So until I get that clear 3 beep and wait 3 minutes to make sure that timer's going like it should, I have to watch it because about 50% of the time it has this little error code where it shouldn't. Now, let's get back to this. In this bowl, I have a package of 2 pounds of butternut squash. And you guys can make this because there is nothing to it. We're going to add a generous drizzle of olive oil. Then we're going to grab our balsamic vinegar. And we're going to put some of that on. A generous amount. Everybody likes that in this house. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic. You know me, this girl will not mince garlic. Just doesn't happen. All right, does not happen. So here we are. I'll just put about 2 teaspoons. Not sure what that was. We're going to add, oh, that's my oven saying, hey, we're ready. Here's some salt. Give you a little bit more. And some pepper. There we go. Let's look down here. All right, that looks pretty good, right? Let's see. We have an escapee. Now, I could eat roasted vegetables by themselves and only roasted vegetables for dinner. I absolutely love them. And you are seeing this in real time. It literally only takes 5 minutes to put together. I'm going to reuse this piece of parchment. Here we go. And because we're roasting, I want those vegetables spread out kind of far apart. All right. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven at 375 for 45 minutes, and it should be perfect. We'll see, and I might even eat a little and call it lunch. Although I do have a plan for dinner, I hope that I am, what's the word I want? Not a lazy... I hope not. All right, let me get this in the oven. It is 3:34 in the afternoon, and I am going to attempt to make some teriyaki food. I always call teriyaki Chinese, but I do believe that it is Japanese. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is a package of chicken skinless, boneless thighs. And you can hear this little chicken in my pocket. Shutty uppy. And there are 6 chicken thighs in that package. And I don't want 6, I only want 3. I want to save those other 3 for dinner tomorrow. I'll fry them up and I might make some gravy and we'll eat them over mashed potatoes or something. But I'm not going to use all 6 for this meal. This package was $8.73, and that was out of my pocket. I bought these about a month ago, and I'm going to use them today. So let me get the other 3 pieces back in the refrigerator. I've washed my board. I will definitely wash my board when I'm finished. I only have 1 cutting surface, so I have to, you know, do it this way. We haven't died yet, so hang in there. All right, I am just going to make a classic teriyaki sauce, and I learned this recipe from a girlfriend that I had in college. So it was 40 years ago, Japanese, grew up in Hawaii, and this is what she uses. Whatever your measurement of sauce you want, equal parts water, soy sauce, and sugar. Add garlic and ginger, and that's it, okay? So I am going to use some of this pineapple juice. This is my pineapple that I canned not too long ago. I got these pineapples at the well. If you remember, they were in rough shape on the outside, but on the inside they were perfect. Let me get a jar for the saucy. One moment. All right, let's see how much juice we got here. Okay, I'm going to want a little more than that, so I'll add water to this, and we'll get, let me see how much soy sauce I have first. Oh, I have enough. Okay. Okay, I do not measure, so let's look down here. I added some water and some soy sauce to this jar. It might need some more water. I'm going to add, for starters, 1/4 cup of white sugar. There we go. Oops, I need a small lid. Going to shake that all up. My neighbor didn't have any more of that sticky rice. I'm just going to make white rice in a few minutes. Okay, to that, we are going to add a bit of ginger. This ginger I got at the food bank. Whoops, that's my closed one. Haven't used that one yet. Grab another one. Oh, can I get this? Oh, I hate it when the lids are so tight you can't get them off. There we go. Oh, that smells yummy. Put that down here. I'm going to throw some ginger. What is this? Chopped ginger. Okay, let's put some of that in there. I like ginger, so I'm okay to put quite a bit in there. And let's add some garlic. Not afraid of the garlic. Let's shake that. Let's see what that tastes like, if it tastes like what I remember. The ginger's perfect. It does need a little more sugar. Let's shake it again. Let's give it a taste. I think that's fine. Okay, our teriyaki sauce is made. Let's move on to this chicken. Now I'm going to fry this chicken on top of my stove with a little bit of oil. But I want it seasoned really nicely. Good. Smells good. Actually, there's no smell. I'm just going to do salt and pepper. I like a very simple seasoning. The teriyaki sauce should handle this just perfectly fine. A little more pepper. Oh, not that much. There we go. And these, I'm going to have to wash my cutting board again. These slices look a little bit too big for what we're cooking. That is my butternut squash that I started earlier, coming to its end of canning time. All right, let me stop and clean this cutting board again. All right, here we are. You ready? To this, I added salt and pepper, but I'm also going to add some cornstarch to this. Not that much. To this, because I want this meat to be a little bit crispy. Okay. Just like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start the rice in my rice cooker, and then I'm going to take this over and fry the meat, and then we're going to, when the rice is done, I'll go back and I'm going to saute some vegetables. You will remember that I got these veggies from the food bank, and those are the veggies that I want to use in this. I think it'll be scrumptious. I also just saw some of that flank steak. I think that I will pull that flank steak out of the refrigerator. I have a Japanese or a Korean sauce in my pantry that the guy down the hall gave us, and I think I might do that. Let me think about it. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it just falls over on its own. So, we also got a package of that thinly sliced steak. And I'm going to go ahead and make a beef dish. So, we'll probably be eating these two things for 2 or 3 days. Let's look down here. Now, I'm kind of lazy, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that meat into strips. Go. Here's another bunch. You know, you just take what you get at the food bank. You're happy to receive it. You're a good steward of it, and you're just going to try to use it the best way you can. When I got this package, I was a little worried. It was like, what on earth can I do with this? It's not a meat cut that I've ever used before. Just the thought of frying it and trying to make sandwiches out of it didn't sound appealing. So this is what we're going to do. All right, we have the meat. So to that meat, we're going to season it, and I'm going to want some pepper, and I'm going to want some salt, and I'm just going to do it super, super simple. I'm almost out of clean silverware because I forgot to run my dishwasher this afternoon. Did the dishes, but forgot to run the dishwasher. Okay, now I'm going to cook this in oil in a small frying pan the same time that I am cooking my chicken breasts. When this is done, sorry that light is in your eyes. When this is done, I'm going to add a little bit of this dipping sauce to it, and we will eat it over rice. So I'm going to do that on the stove. I'm not going to bring you guys over there for that. I will show you the finished product. I also found these in my freezer. This is a food bank item. These are cream cheese wontons, and this seems like the perfect night to serve these. In the oven at 375 for 13 to 15 minutes. So when I am halfway through with all of this, or a little bit done, I'll pop these in. It'll be okay. So I'm going back over now to the stove to take care of my chicken and my beef. All right, we are done. And this plate looks fantastic. We have rice from the food bank. We have beef from the food bank and a carrot, celery, and tomato vegetable mix from the food bank. And we are using a little bit of this Japanese dipping sauce for the seasoning on that beef dish, and it is fantastic. I already sampled. And then we have some chicken teriyaki pineapple. I made that sauce, and this is delicious. So let me go feed this to Grandma, and then I'll come back, fix my husband's plate, and then I'll taste test for you guys. And here is my plate. Pretty much the same as my husband's. So let's go ahead and try this and see what we think. Almost everything here was a food bank item. As I look at this, the only thing that's really mine are the seasonings like the soy sauce and the Japanese dipping sauce and the little bit of cashews. So I want to start with the teriyaki chicken. And let's see what that's going to taste like. That tastes exactly like restaurant food. In the best possible way. Let's try a carrot. Crispy. Very nice. Chicken and celery. The celery tastes really good. Nice and crispy. Let me try a little bit. Let me try a little bit of beef and rice. That tastes good. You guys, everything tastes fantastic. The little wontons are really too hot to test for you, but this is a winner. And this is going to give us a few meals of leftovers too. So this was great. Cook one night, got a number of dishes, and we'll eat it for a few days. All right, if I can do it, you can do it. All right, I'll be back later. All right, so that was a very yummy dinner. And not only did I feed the three of us, I have 6 very large servings of leftovers. So let's look down here. And you can see those. And I'm going to pop the lids on those, put them in the refrigerator, and we're going to eat them for the next few days. So you are probably not going to see anything new food-wise. I'm sorry. I had that chicken in my pocket, and now I see her over on my coffee table, which is hip high. Which means I don't know how she did that, but let me go stick her in the box.